For more than 300 years, steakhouses have been the place to go to eat, socialize, and leave the worries of the world behind. The journey to create the perfect steak has become a lifetime obsession at Smith & Wollensky. To do so, they travel to the far corners of America in search of the perfect cattle, employ butchers on site at each restaurant, and institute a unique and unparalleled dry aging process.
So the dry aging, it's the temperature and humidity controlled environment where the meat tenderizes and the flavor intensifies and develops.
The restaurant group, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year, began its journey when famed restaurateur Alan Stillman opened the first restaurant in New York.
Alan Stillman, who was the founder of Smith & Wollensky, and who had the foresight and I think the courage to have the vision to look at where Smith & Wollensky would evolve, but knew there was a certain demographic and a certain amount of culture that would have to be needed to brought in. And our brand has never changed. Our flavor profiles have never changed. And for a restaurant company in this very evolving and very transient time to stay true to its story of dry aging, hand butchering on premises, it's our responsibility to make sure that that integrity is continued over the next 40 years.
Each restaurant has its own dry aging room where high-quality cuts age to absolute perfection. After a steak is hand-cut by the restaurant's expertly trained butcher, it will age for approximately 28 days until it's cooked and served. At its core, steak is simple, a piece of beef on a plate. But getting that steak right takes a lifetime of work. We've taken a trip that led us to the Canadian border and back again, just to find out what goes into a Smith & Wollensky steak.
You know, one of the great parts about my job is kind of that mission to bring you the best possible steak on your plate that I can. You know, in some cases that's how do we cook it? How do we season it? How do we age it? But if you go further back, where does it come from? Double R Ranch fits exactly what I'm looking for. It's a premium quality beef. Their sustainability practices are amazing.
I mean, it's a big thing for us that somebody like Smith & Wollensky uses our product, and that's what their reputation is built on, is their beef. I mean, they're a steakhouse, and that's why we partner with people like Smith & Wollensky, is that we want people that are just as passionate about our product as what we are.
In the 4 decades since it was founded, the iconic steakhouse brand has remained true to its promise of hospitality, integrity, and quality by maintaining a tight-knit group of employees, executives, and chefs that make decisions together for the good of the company and its customers.
And let the meat speak for itself. You don't need to mask the flavor. If you're buying the best, if you're aging it properly, just season it with some salt and pepper and char it, and you have the most beautiful steak.